Yo, welcome back to another episode of Captain K's Den.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah. 1 sec. I swear.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Captain K's Den. That's more like it. What's up, guys? All right, so we have a lot to talk about in a very small time frame. So, I guess we'll start with giving you guys a quick update on the channel.
Very important news.
We've been doing this thing weekly for about 5 or 6 weeks now. I think this episode will make the 6th week.
Very solid of us.
I know, very consistent and solid of us. So, clap it up for us. I think we've been doing pretty good.
Some background noise.
Check out the new mic. It looks sexy. I don't mean that in like a robotic penis way. I don't mean that in a robot penis way. I don't. I just mean like as I was looking at it from the other side of the camera, I'm just like, damn, that mic looks so legit and sick. Like, look at it.
We finally made it.
Right? So, but aside from the microphone, we've been doing this thing consistently, and we're gonna continue to. But I'm letting you guys know right now, we're gonna kind of dial it back a little bit. Not because of anything bad. It's actually something good. So I've been working on something. I'm not gonna tell you guys what yet until I have everything official. But I'm working on something. I've been working on something, and I found myself a little overwhelmed between being a manager at my job, working on this thing, working on the podcast, having somewhat of a social life,
and having a relationship,
reading comics, being a responsible adult. Like, everything just kind of overwhelms me a little bit, just a little bit.
He's been working his butt off.
I have, like, between the past couple days, I think I only had like 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I know.
And I've been working a lot of overtime on my job. Like, I worked 6 days for the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. I work 6 days next week, so between all of it, it's been a lot.
And
So,
you also gotta take into consideration, like, this guy, probably one of the best hosts for one, because he does all the setting up for the cameras. He does the editing.
Yep.
He makes sure like our skits are well thought out and planned.
Yep.
When we have movies and stuff, he still makes time to see the movie. We
Yep.
talk about it for a short bit before we go into it, and then a lot of this is off our top of our head, and he still edited so it sounds like we've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So clap it up for real.
Make it super loud.
Right.
But yeah, so instead we're gonna either do it, and I'm not sure yet, but he's gonna be bi-weekly or once a month. I'm not sure. It depends on how things are going. Because I looked at our schedule for the rest of the year, really.
Yeah.
There is a movie coming out every month except for May. May we have 2 movies. I think it's Black Widow and Fast and Furious.
Two that we're excited for.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
other than hype, we're literally different reasons.
he's right. So, we'll obviously make a podcast for every movie that comes out that has to do with, what we talk about.
Yeah, our world of comics.
There are other
action,
movies that come out that we could talk about. I don't think we're going to. Like, he wants to see Mulan. I kind of want to see Mulan, but I don't really care to make a podcast about it. If you guys want us to make a podcast about it, let us know. We'll do it.
Comment.
My Hero Academia has a movie coming out next week, which I already have tickets to. Wasn't gonna do a podcast about that one either. If you would like us to, then again, comment, let us know. Other than that, though, our plans are just to do the main MCU movies.
Yep.
Bloodshot movie,
Yep.
Fast and Furious. I don't think there are any more DC movies this year.
Other than Wonder Woman.
Oh.
I knew you forgot about her.
I did. I felt like it was one I was missing, but yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. Yes, so yeah, the one DC movie. Other than that, we're just gonna do podcasts about them. And then there is, like I said, it'll be bi-weekly. So when we're not doing one about movies, then we'll do them about comic books or just topics or anything.
Like this week.
Like this week, yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of comics.
Time to slow it down for you guys, bring you back to our roots.
Right, honestly. So just giving you guys a heads up. Our schedule will be changing just a little bit. It'll still be Fridays, but it won't be every Friday.
Right.
And today we are going to talk about comics. So if you're not interested in what's going on in comics, then I guess we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or so.
In the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next podcast when we talk about, let's see.
Yeah, what's coming out?
The next, in March, Bloodshot.
Okay, yeah. Ooh.
Yep.
Speaking of Bloodshot, front page, man.
We
front
might-
page.
we
2020,
might-
the first issue.
We might make a podcast before Bloodshot about something else. It's not comics. It'll be comic related, but it won't be comics specifically. But
Right.
yeah, just giving you guys a heads up. If you do decide to turn us off, only 5 minutes in, we do thank you for joining us.
We appreciate the 5 minutes of courtesy.
We do. Appreciate, give us a like in the video, even if you didn't like the fact that we're not talking about something you want to hear about.
Alright.
Whatever. Your thing.
Yeah, we don't hate. We just congratulate.
Let's see. Other than that, I guess we'll just go ahead and move on
To comics.
Yes.
Well, first, let's give them an idea of what we've been doing since we
So-
changed the comic formula.
Yeah, so before me and him, I would be the DC guy. I read a bunch of DC and tell him about it. He read Marvel and tell me about it. So then we sit here and listen to each other describe comic books, and I feel like that was a little bit boring.
Yeah, because then it's at a point where we're not communicating so much. It's more so just information from one dude,
Yep.
one source to another source.
Yep.
Now we've decided to collab, bring our universes together, metaphorically, not literally. We're not comic book writers.
Yep. But we both did a bad job this week. I ain't read no Marvel. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have not read any Marvel yet.
And we haven't even gone through half the list that we initially
We made a whole list. And we have not had the time to read all of it. We have read some of it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
we've
not-
caught up in even fewer of the ones we read.
Yeah, honestly, but we just haven't had the time to read all of it. Like I told you, this has been a hectic schedule for me. Hectic schedule for him too. Yeah, so.
And
but
it's strange because you think like back in the day when we were knocking comics out left and right, you would think it would be easy to get right back into it.
Yo, we used to have one day a week where we would go to the comic store, buy like 6 or 7 comics, and then just read them throughout that day. That's
Yeah.
how much. That's
It was
how
like
simple
my-
our lives were.
Yeah, it was literally my first job. That was the whole check. We
Yep.
just go there and blow it on comics.
Yep.
Come back, chill at his house, read, flip through, or chill at the park, or
Yep.
just the simple times.
Man, but now we're adults now.
Yeah, we got life. And
Crazy enough, we were adults back then, but
Well, yeah,
hold
we
up,
were
real
young.
quick, let's school these youngsters. Any youngsters that watch our videos, I don't give a damn what you say. You are not grown when you turn 18.
Not
No,
at all.
no, no,
I'm
no,
so
that
sick of
ain't
that
how it
statement
goes.
because I keep letting them. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, if you're 18 and you want to be treated like an adult, that's fair, okay? But you also have to be an adult if you want to be treated like an adult.
Yeah, honestly, you guys don't recognize that you are not an adult at all. You're technically an adult when you're at work putting in extra hours that you don't want to put in just simply so you can pay your rent and put food on the table.
Not because you want extra money for a concert.
Yep. Extra money for some shoes. No, none of that.
None
None
of that.
You're an adult when you wake up after a long day. Like you go home, you go to bed, you wake up the next day, your phone's off.
Yeah.
And why is your phone off? Because you don't have enough money in your bank account.
Yeah.
Because other bills took their money out, and you didn't line it up right, or you didn't get paid enough because your job messed up on your check. I know. I swear.
Man,
I'm just like, man.
Tag me in, dog. let me tell you.
No.
I'm so sick of hearing about like how it's unfair that you couldn't get your day off when I have to come into work 7 days a week to cover those days off. And you're like, oh, I couldn't get this one day off because my best friend's coming into town for 2 weeks. Well, you got 2 weeks. You have an off day in between then and there. Spend it between there. Be responsible about it. If you got scheduled for a shift, you will have to do the shift. If
I haven't seen my best friend in 6 months.
Oh, 2 years. 2 years.
I mean, we are each other's best friends, but other best friends.
we have other.
You have more than one, damn it. But you get
That's
the point.
another thing. As an adult, you can have as many best friends as you want.
Right?
Come on. Let's be real. Like, not everything's the biggest problem as you think it is. Not until you are literally struggling to decide if you want heat or dinner that night. Like, it comes down to, like, what's most important
Yep.
overall. So stop playing this game where you're like, oh, it's so unfair. I have homework and track and now my job. Well, what did you signed up for all of that? The only thing you didn't is probably homework because, I mean, school is a requirement until you're graduated from high school.
Homework is just stupid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna support homework.
Right. Support you going to school, but homework is dumb. Like,
I'm not
I go
gonna
to
lie.
school for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, even as an adult, the amount of work I bring home from work is very limited.
Yeah, honestly, like you go to your job and then you go home.
Yeah, like it's
separate
totally
lives.
separate.
Why am I bringing my work life home? Like,
yeah, I just never got that about school. That was dumb.
Yeah.
This tangent has become something else.
It has. Okay, back to comics. Anyway, so we used to go back and buy comics, and it used to be a lot easier when we were younger, but now it's a little harder. So, that being said, guys, with that being said, let's see how we're gonna do this. So
I actually hadn't even thought about how we were gonna jump into this.
I mean, we're gonna kind of just talk about what we did read, and then kind of go off of that. Do you have any favorite pages?
Oh yeah, I have quite a few. I saved a lot because Young Justice stole my heart.
It is really good. It is really good.
It really stole my heart because I was like, I love Young Justice as an animated series. I love the old one because it was just like, it was honestly wacky teens handling big problems, and now it's like big problems attacking wacky teens. Quite kind of the opposite, but still the same because they're like they haven't had a break, and that's what's like
they really haven't.
Like since issue 1, they have not had a break.
I'll give you guys a quick update. So for those of you who know about the old comics of Young Justice, it was Superboy, Connor Kent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tim Drake Robin, and Impulse, Bart Allen.
Yep, best friends.
Yep. I think Cassie was on there at the time.
She was.
And I think that's about it. Like the other people, they weren't there.
No, yeah.
Like Jenny Hex.
No, Jenny Hex is
Jenny
new.
Hex wasn't there. Teen Lantern wasn't there
At all. She's brand new.
What's her name? Emerald Girl? The
Amethyst.
Girl?
Princess Amethyst.
Amethyst wasn't there. So, but the original characters, they were there before on the old team before the New 52.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know if you guys know, but New 52 was a reboot that started back in 2010-ish or something.
Yeah, and it was like a weird reboot where they like.
No, that was like a straight reboot.
But they still had like, you remember
they
issue zeros?
Yeah, they had some that were like still like in continuity, like some major events.
Yeah, like that stuff had happened, but in a different way, a different turnout. And it all started from Flashpoint.
Yeah, and so that pretty much erased Young Justice.
Yeah,
So,
and like even the memories of it.
Yep. And so then they had Rebirth, which kind of like was a soft reboot because it just kind of piggybacked off of New 52's runs.
Yep.
So it wasn't an exact reboot. And then Young Justice came back a little after Rebirth started.
Right.
It's only like 13 issues in.
Yeah.
And Rebirth has been up for about 2 years. So
2 solid years.
Yeah, so it just kind of started back up.
Because like Batman's on issue 64.
Yep. Young Justice has been written by Brian Michael Bendis, a really famous comic book writer. He invented Miles Morales. This character right here, put it up on screen. Boop. Make it way easier.
Yeah,
her.
That helps us.
So he invented her. He invented other characters too, but I think those are like 2 of his main popular.
Yeah, those are the ones that took off.
Yes, gained a lot of popularity.
And they have, even now, like, some of the other ones died with the Ultimate Universe and the Collision, but now they're in the main universe universe. Almost with the Rebirth effect, DC kind of like, but also still kind of hold their roots to the Ultimate Universe. Like, they don't know why they know the things they do, but they know that they should know.
So a while back, I guess him and Marvel didn't work out. I don't know what happened, but all I know is he ended up working for DC, and DC let him take control of a bunch of teenagers because that's what he does best.
For some reason,
we're not gonna talk about that.
Not until that time comes.
Inside joke, don't worry about it. So yeah. So he has recently taken on Young Justice, and I think the Wonder Twins, and what else does he write? He writes a few of them. He writes a few of the team books right now. I think he writes Legion of Heroes.
Yes, he does.
Bunch of teenagers.
With the one with John in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He took John. I was very upset about that.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I'm super happy at how he is in League.
I am too, but it still is like Super Sons.
It sucks,
Super
though.
Sons is my book, though. So I'm super sad about
They're still
that.
coming out with it, but it's like in a weird time period that hasn't really happened, but supposedly happened before John's
Yeah, and they're doing a special. They're doing a special story. It's like a one-shot story. It's at the Robin 80th anniversary. So I guess Robin turns 80 this year, and so they're gonna do a special Super Son story.
Wow.
I'm super excited.
That sounds super dope, actually.
Honestly, you just see the art, man. Anyway, so we read Young Justice. He's more caught up. I'm 2 issues behind, but we're still relatively around the same area.
Yeah, because like in between those 2 issues, I don't think much has happened because you're still in the middle of the arc that I just finished.
Mm-hmm.
So all I gotta do is not spoil the ending, which is fairly easy because I did all my reading last week and you did yours Saturday, Sunday, one of those.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But from what I did read so far, I'll just kind of take forefront because that way I don't go too far.
Easy.
You know, they all met up in a crazy battle, which is pretty cool.
Looking for Superman.
Actually, no, not gonna describe this story because that sounds boring. Let's just talk about what we thought of it.
Okay,
so,
better.
Dude, so when Superboy came back, how'd you like that red herring, I guess? Well, I don't know if it's a red herring, but it's just like the trickery. Did you think that was his son?
You know, yes.
Right? I'm like, it's a kid? Hold on.
No, especially the way Bart reacts to
Yes, oh my god. Bart is like the best part of the series.
And it would have been like, it would have made sense too, because for how long he's been gone.
Yeah, right?
It would have fit perfectly. That's all I was like.
He's a kid now.
Oh my god, my Superboy's a Superman.
A super dad.
Oh no. And then also I'm just gonna give you the page of the week. It's directly from that. It's like the first time they're in Metropolis, and it's the Jim Wilders attacking and Robin. Oh my god, it's this one dude who's trying to explain who he is, and Robin's just giving him the hands the whole time. Like,
I remember, yeah, I remember.
It was so Tim Drake though. Like, he didn't even get to finish. He was just like, and then as I was just catching all the hands, at one point he was just like, ow.
I was trying to do I have a favorite page? Let's see. I think mine, I'm not entirely sure which one, but I know it didn't involve Teen Lantern. Dude, I love Teen Lantern. She came on screen, I'm just like,
yo,
who are you? Oh my god, honestly.
So adorable.
Right? I'm like, dude, I was really mad. So it's a lot of like anniversary years. I think it's Green Lantern's 80th year as well. And they had this cover with all the Green Lanterns. And it didn't have her. Because I was so mad. But there is another one, and it does have her. So
okay.
It has her and Sinestro. I was like, okay, Sinestro was a Green Lantern at some point, fair. But yeah, the first one I saw did not have her. I was disappointed, and I was mad.
Yeah, because I'm like, she rightfully earned that.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, she's so cool. She's such a cool character. My favorite arc, though, has definitely been when they fought Earth 3.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was so hype.
That was.
It was hype as hell.
What are they? The Young Rogues or whatever they call themselves. What's her name's gang? It's basically just a gang.
Pretty much.
Freaking, I just love Impulse's reaction to
Everything,
Drake.
Man.
Dude, that was him and Drake though. He's just like, oh, Robin, I got a new idea. You take his name. And he's just like, I'll be back. And just like running around taking care of stuff. I'm like, man.
It made me so glad that like Impulse is back.
Yeah.
Because like it's like one of those things where like you don't know how much you miss it until you see it, and you're just like, dude, I missed you.
Yeah, like
Impulse has not been in a comic in so long. Even when they had like New 52 Teen Titans and they had that version of Bart, and he was just like terrible.
Yeah, he was not the same.
He was terrible. Like he was kind of Bart up until later on when you know the truth came out that he was like a war criminal.
Right.
And I was like, huh?
You're not Bart.
Yeah. You're who? What's your name? Bart what? Because it was like, it's some long name like Bartholomew, but it's
Bartholomew something the third, whatever. He was basically Reverse Flash nephew.
Yeah, he was not even related to Barry. I don't
at all.
Just happened to have his powers. I was like, dude,
we both obviously disappointed. Ugh.
One thing I really want to see is I would really want to see Superboy, John, and Superman all meet, because I don't think. I mean, obviously, you know, Superman knows his own son, but he doesn't know
that his brother
Connor.
had it. Yeah,
he doesn't know Connor yet. So,
oh my God.
I don't think he knows who Connor is anymore.
No. Well, no, that was a flashback. You're right. I don't think he does. I know Connor knows who.
Oh yeah, Connor.
Like he's like,
yeah, he knows who Superman is.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen my brother since this one time. They met though recently.
Really?
Yeah, the Justice League was in Gym World solving something, and they ran into each other, and then he had mentioned something, and Superman's just like, what? And then Connor had to go do something, so he was gone. He's like, all right, bro, I'll see you. So he knows he exists. He remembers him, but I don't think he remembers.
Wait a minute.
Quite.
Are you sure you're not getting the animated series mixed up? Because that happened in the animated series. Remember, like Superboy.
No, I read it.
Superboy ends up on the edge of like the universe, and he runs into Superman. He's like, "Oh, hey, bro." And he's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, nothing." He's like, "You don't get married." He's like, "Oh yeah, cool."
That did happen in the anime.
Yes, that's what I really think you're thinking of. Because I do not remember that. I do not remember them being up on Gym World at all.
Oh, bro. I hate my brain. No, this is like the Star Wars. No, screw you. Man, I'm gonna be mad.
You gotta stop smoking that reefer, bro.
You know I'm clean. What is wrong with you? God dang it.
Gotta stop getting that contact high in there or something, man. Somewhere the dots aren't connected.
I don't know, man. It's like I get like this electron on this side and this one's like, yeah. And it just, either way.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure what he was referring to happened in season 3 of Young Justice.
And now that you said it, that's all I'm thinking. Even though I'm pretty certain, man.
I'm almost sure, bro. I'm almost sure.
I'll be mad. I will be mad. But it makes sense.
So yeah, I don't think Superman knows about Connor's existence anymore. Also, and if anything, if they don't have Superman meet him, I would just like to see John meet him. I would love to see John meet Connor. Just be like, who are you?
Yeah, like
I'm his son. Who are you?
I'm
his clone,
brother?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I think that would be really dope. Let's see. So yeah, we've been really enjoying Young Justice. Yeah, I can't wait to catch up, and then I guess I probably can't wait for the next issue because I do know some of the stuff that happens. I've seen pictures and stuff like that. So the other thing we read was Batman Pennyworth R.I.P. Yeah. Basically the story of Alfred's funeral ish, kind of, which was very dramatic.
Yeah, it was nothing but Bruce, you need to get your together.
Yep.
From every one of his children.
You need to get together. Alfred's not here to baby you anymore. You gotta grow up, buddy.
That was literally the words of Tim Drake.
Pretty much.
Barbara was just upset with Bruce for...
She's always upset with Bruce, dude.
Yeah, but she's like, it's Barbara's normal thing. But she was like, I'm sick of it. Like, this is the last straw. Right, even though we all know it's not the last straw.
I meant to ask you, how far did you get in Batman and the Outsiders? Also, we've been reading Batman and the Outsiders.
Oh, I caught up in that too.
Okay, I'm only on issue 5, so I'm not completely caught up on that. But the only reason I'm not caught up is because I ended up reading the prequel.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't.
So there's a prequel to Batman and the Outsiders. It's really interesting. And the only reason I read it is because you remember the first issue where freaking the Signal was like, his name isn't the Signal. Or is it still Signal?
Yeah, Signal.
Okay, yeah. The Signal is like, he has like this issue, and then Jefferson's just like, is he always like that? And she's like, no, not since karma, since injuries. I'm like, okay, what happened? Yeah. So that's when I went back to go read what happened. And so they tell you in like, first of all, one issue is a waste. Okay, let me get that out of the way right now. That junk says read Detective Comics volume, I think 8, between these issues and these issues. I read them. That first issue has nothing to do with the arc. Oh I was so mad.
They literally just wanted to time. Just wanted to increase sales.
I just wasted my time. I'm like, all right, whatever. So anyway, but the arc takes place the second issue, that little volume, and on the first part of it, they tell you, you see what happens. He's like the first victim.
Right.
Basically, there's this kid who's going viral because he's like the biggest Batman fan. He's on the news and everything. And after he gets off the news, what's the name? The Signal finds him in his apartment tied up, and he's like, he has a sign that says, "Record this," something like that. It says something like
something to like, a shout out. Yeah. To how he got famous, basically.
Pretty much. And so the Signal finds him, and he's like, "What the?" And then the room blows up. He's caught in an explosion.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what happened to him.
That's his injury.
And, yep, that was his injury. And like, even though, funny enough, I found out what happened like the first issue, I was just like, well, now I gotta see how they get this guy. I'm like, now I'm invested into the story. Huh.
Well, could that other issue be like this?
So now I'm over here reading. So the story ended up being they fought a guy who could read minds. But bro, actually, this will be my favorite page of the week, or my favorite panel of the week. There's this freaking page or panel where it's like, dude, it's like some dark ass Batman shit, man. Why did I sound like that? I did not mean to sound like that.
Your true geekdom show.
Dude, okay. So I'm going to show him what happened off screen. It'll only take the usual 1 second. And we're back.
Anyway, my God, dude.
It's dark.
It is
For those
definitely.
who want to see, this is it on screen. Pretty freaking dark.
Can't even look at it again.
Right? I'm just like, yo, this man bad, man. Like, he had no chill. It was like whoever wrote this was just like, let me think of something dark that Batman can do that he hasn't done in a long time.
Like, this is predating. Well, not as far as back as guns and stuff.
I was gonna say this is like probably pre-Robin.
Yeah, this is definitely
like
pre-Robin, like.
Yeah. But anyway, so he ends up fighting this guy. He ends up getting a helmet that lets him be able to read minds. So he beats all of them because he can read minds. And then on top of that, the helmet gives him enhanced strength and enhanced, I think, durability or something like enhanced speed, strength, all that stuff. So he beats Cassandra Cain, which is kind of funny because like he beat her. But it was just funny what Black Lightning said. Black Lightning like lectured all of them because they all wanted to go out and fight with Batman. They're like, let's go help Batman. And then Jefferson's just like, last time I checked, you got blown up. You lost the fight, and apparently you don't lose fights. And then you like he just went on all of them. I was like, damn, why you have to roast him like that? I'm like, Jefferson, chill.
Yeah, that's so within his character though. That's all I like about Black Lightning. He tells it how it is.
He does. He can keep it real.
100% of the time. Like every time he talks to Bruce, he lets him know, like, dude, I support your cause. I don't like the way you're doing it. Here's your problem. Right? Gets the fingers in the chest.
That's how he do it. But the arc itself, so far the arc I read, like I said, I'm only 5 issues in. Honestly, I didn't really like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not like I enjoyed their chemistry as a team, and I'm glad that they are a team. But this particular arc has bored me. Honestly, I'm just like, okay, so there's this girl who's special. Roz gets her. Somehow he trains her in like half a day to be some kind of master fighter.
It was very pre-New 52 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or I should say, actually maybe started New 52 sort of story writing.
No, I would say pre, because like right before New 52 started, a lot of the comics had got kind of dull and boring, and then New 52 started out really good in my opinion. Like a lot of different things in New 52 started out really well, and then as it kept going, then it's just like, well, what's happening? Like, hold on.
Wait, guys, you had a great start.
Right? Yeah, you had a great start. What are you doing? Where are you going with all these characters?
Just like
why is
Teen
that person
Titans,
doing that?
Outlaws.
Right? Yup.
All
Teen
of it
Titans.
just went.
I'm just like,
freaking
ooh.
Nightwing started out so solid, and then it's going on.
Like, hold on now.
Y'all are getting too ambitious.
Okay, so
yeah, but this was definitely laid back. They brought back a villain that we were supposed to know.
Oh, the guy who tried to get her?
Yeah, we were supposed to know him.
Really?
Yeah, I was confused too. I was like, why are you talking about him like we're supposed to know who he is?
I had no idea who he was. Okay, so you're 5 issues ahead of me because you're all caught up. It's like 10 issues. Does it get better?
It gets.
Are they still in that arc?
No,
okay,
they're not. But the arc they're on now, without spoiling anything, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I feel it. So I don't know if they did it yet, cause I can't remember between 5 and 10 exactly when stuff happens. But we know 1 through 5 is Roz and Lady Shiva.
No, Lady Shiva's isn't in it.
Oh dang, I didn't mean to say that.
It's Roz, and then I forgot the dude's name. It's one of his minions or henchmen, and then Caliber is in there too.
Okay, then that's what I'm trying to tell you. After that is Roz and Lady Shiva. So, yeah, without trying to spoil anything.
Ooh, Lady Shiva's back. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it, but I didn't know when she popped in. Okay,
cool. So
yeah, so it gets better. It's just you have to go through that first.
Okay. Also, I don't like the whole Signal PTSD.
I know it's so unbecoming a Duke.
I enjoy that at all.
It is so unbecoming a Duke.
I'm like, so you got blown up. I could have swore worse things have happened to you.
So much. Like
actually, I know worse things have happened.
Yeah,
to him.
The whole We Are Robin thing, they went through so much together.
And you actually didn't read. He had a miniseries. He had a really small miniseries on 3 issues. I'm a huge Signal fan. I like Duke. Like I do. Duke is one of my favorite Batman family members. And so in Batman the Signal, he fights his alleged real dad.
Right, yeah, I remember that. I never seen it, but I remember.
At the end, there's an explosion that Duke is kind of caught in. He barely escapes, and Duke went through a lot in that little 3 issues. So I'm just like,
and then
really,
same with how his parents are. Like that seems so much worse than getting caught in an explosion.
Honestly, I'm just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Even the explosion that I described, he didn't take it full on
like he did against
like he did with Karma.
But
it's
still, it was
comics, but yeah,
his rooted fear for Karma, it just didn't make sense to me.
It didn't. He got blown up by him once.
Yeah,
that was it. He didn't even, I don't think he. Let's see if I remember right. Yeah, he didn't fight him for the rest of the period, like for the rest of the arc.
He didn't. Like it was literally just that one encounter.
Yeah. So I don't enjoy what Duke is going through right now. Hopefully that gets better. Other than that, let's see. I think did we finish talking about Batman R.I.P. or did we just Alfred?
Yeah, we did. We covered enough. Cause
did we?
It was straightforward. It was straight to the point. We were like,
I don't think we talked about it.
We did, bro.
I swear.
You're gonna put a flashback because this is the first time this has happened to you. We literally finished explaining our thoughts. This is how we moved on to Young Justice.
Right? Well, actually, we were talking about Batman Outsiders. I thought it was like a side tangent.
No,
it wasn't meant to be a side.
No.
I'll tell you how I remember. I remember us starting Batman Pennyworth R.I.P., getting ready to talk about it, and then
we also been reading.
We briefly said something referring to a character from. Yeah, I think we talked about Signal for some reason. And then that's talking about Signal led to Batman Outsiders. I said, oh yeah, we've been reading Batman Outsiders. And then we just started talking about it.
No, man, I swear we have finished it. Because it literally, we had told our perspective of it. Unless you want to do it again. If it'll make you feel better, we can do it again. We told them what happened in it. Okay? That's what we did. We told them what happened in it.
But I feel like that was us having a regular conversation, not being recorded. I do.
That's how good our podcasting skills are becoming for you. We're just talking with the mic and a camera.
I can't remember if we really recorded the conversation. Okay, well,
I mean, if you really want to, we can put it in there, and then you can edit it any way you want.
True. Okay, we're gonna talk about it again. I'm gonna watch over it, and if I realize that we did talk about it, I will just edit this next part of the podcast out. So back to Pennyworth, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was dude, dude, I really feel like we did not record this. I really feel like we didn't record this conversation. But whatever. Anyway. Yeah, it was definitely pretty sad. It was definitely pretty sad.
Oh, for sure. It was definitely meant to make you feel like.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I almost cried. I'm trying to think. I probably not almost cried yet.
I don't know. My favorites was Jason. And that's not even being biased. It was just like Alfred was looking out for Jason.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like a grandma would. When you come, oh baby, I got the groceries. You look so skinny.
Right. I feel like it's somebody I'm forgetting. Because okay, Tim's was. Oh, it was I almost cried with Damien's.
Yeah, that one for sure was saddest.
Yeah,
and he still blames himself in that.
Yeah, that hurt.
Poor kid.
I didn't. And it was funny. I wasn't tearing up at the part where he said his old spiel about how he feels guilty, and he saw Alfred. He was the one to see Alfred die. And he still hears the snap. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like,
right, yeah. It was the story.
It was his little story. Like when he got in the car, he was like, I won't tell. You know, because like Damien was so hurt. He's like, no, I'm about to be grounded, yada yada yada. And he was like, I'm not gonna tell. It's okay. And he was like, thanks, or you know, whatever.
Yeah, it was such a like granddad grandson moment.
Yeah. So that was so sad.
I just liked Alfred in that. He went out of his way to bring him back to the cave.
Dude, reading that scene though, I've been wanting this, but I was just reading the scene, and when I was reading the scene or the panel, I was envisioning it live action. I was like, dude, I really want to see like a cold live action Robin scene. You know, we've never really seen that. Like, and don't get me wrong, Titans has some really good scenes. I'm talking about like cinematic, like movie wise, like
we haven't had a movie Robin in
a long time. Before 2000, I think, because didn't Batman and Robin come out like 89?
Yeah, because I was still a kid. Like I was just barely out of the womb.
And even back then though, Batman and Robin, and I want to say it's Batman Forever is the one where Robin is introduced. Both of those don't have good choreographed fight scenes
at all.
Honestly,
it's very for an 80s movie. They didn't have any. It was like it's very one hitter.
Yeah, pretty much.
One hitter tie 'em ups.
Yeah, they're not very good fight scenes at all. So I want like a Winter Soldier-esque Robin fight scene.
Some John Wick.
Yes, yes, that's what I want.
Or Batman versus Superman, like that choreographed fight with Batman saving Superman's mom.
Yes, something, man. That's what I want. I want something like that inside, you know, a high budget. Not a Robin movie, of course, but
high budget
Batman
Robin scene.
movie. Yeah. So, dude, that's what, because I was just, you know, him just like going around through the bus. I was like, dude, this is so cool.
That would be so cool and like.
And the thing is, I wanted to be a Robin because like I wanted to be a kid. Like I want to see a kid do this stuff, you know? Like I do. I mean, he doesn't have to literally be a kid. It could be like Tom Holland. You know how like Tom Holland plays a teenager.
Right. I mean, like, dude, because it just. Like, not to bring up old movies and old reviews, but Cassie Cage didn't do that. In Harley Quinn.
Cassie Cage.
Thank you. Woo! Cage, I don't know what's going on. Second slip of the day. Krillin counter done.
Yes, Cassandra Cain, yes.
Bro. Yeah. And there could have been times where she could have. Yeah. But she didn't.
That's funny. I was watching other podcasts. They talked about that too. They were
really?
just like, waste of a character. I was like, hey, it's not like us.
They agreed.
But yeah, but so that was sad. Jason was cool. Barbara's was sweet. Dix was pretty sad.
Yeah, especially because he's like, it was a memory, but he's speaking like of a memory of another person.
Because Batman told his memory, so it was just like, okay. And it was even the one thing I didn't really get. Maybe I read it wrong, but so he basically said that he feels like Thomas and Martha Wayne's death saved millions of people, if not the world, which is true because that created Batman. Batman saved the world. So that makes sense. But then he was like, I think Dick told Batman that like after Damian died, and I'm just like, why would you tell him then?
Yeah,
because Damian's death didn't serve any purpose, really.
No, it just hurt everyone.
Yeah, that was the only thing I thought was weird about the comic. Because I like what Alfred said, and I'm sad that he never told him.
Right? Yeah. Like,
I understand why he didn't tell him. That is something, you know, you wouldn't want to really tell Batman. Like, hey, I know, you know, your whole thing is about avenging, you know, your family.
But if you look at it this way, especially not from the guy who changed his whole life plan to like raise you, if he just suddenly was like, I know if your parents lived and I wouldn't be doing this, but
right? But I know it might not be something you wanted to hear, but if they hadn't died, this whole world might not be here right now. I just want you to know
I just want you to think about that.
How you want this pancake?
Right. Like, you want hot sauce on your eggs?
So but it was still a good issue. And one of the reasons we're definitely talking about this is because it's been a lot of controversy over this comic.
Right.
So a lot of people were upset at how the Bat family was treated, because the Bat family is so large, and they're like a lot of people kind of got the short end of the stick on this.
Yeah, like Signal, Orphan, Catwoman, and Batwoman were all protecting the city during the funeral.
Exactly, and see, dude, that's why I freaking hate like Twitter arguments, because so a lot of people were upset, like, how dare they leave Cassandra and Duke out of their little group. Like, Cassandra's been living at the mansion for like 4 years or whatever, yada yada. Okay, that's fine.
That's fair, but
they literally explained where they were at.
Yeah, they told you. They didn't just like leave you up in the air. Yes. They literally showed you.
And I'm not even kidding. Like, I saw multiple Twitter feeds talking about how they did them so wrong, yada yada yada, how they should have been there for the picture, for this and for that. And I'm just like, dang, that's messed up. That's what made me really want to read it, because I'm like, oh, let me see how, what happened. And then it's totally explained as to where they were in the comic. And
actually, like, it's like one of those things where they get you riled up for something that's actually covered. And that's happened with movies.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, okay. And now, to play devil's advocate here, they might be upset. Like, the argument they might be proposing is that at the end, that picture that they show, this picture right here, only Tim, Dick, Batgirl, and Damian, Alfred, and Batman are in it. Yeah. They're like, there was no Jason, there was no Cassandra Cain,
right.
There was no Duke,
right.
There was no Selena, there was no what's her name? Kate, Batwoman. I can't remember her last name.
No Batwoman, no
there was no
Drake girlfriend. She wasn't in it either.
Yep. Yeah, so there were a bunch of people who weren't there, who were technically part of the Bat family, but
at the same time, that
it might have just been a quick picture, and then on top of that, this might have been like the original squad, like
right, because that happens.
Yeah, like
that happens in real life.
Alfred really helped raise Dick. Alfred really helped raise Damian.
He really helped re-raise Jason.
Like, Jason was in the picture though. That was part of the argument.
But so, I mean, like,
but Jason's you never know where he at. Honestly, like when they took that picture, this man could have been in a whole different universe. For real.
Legitimately, he was an outlaw at the time. Why would he be in the cave? Yeah. That's why.
You guys are taking a group picture? I'll be over there.
Let me just take care of this.
Y'all taking a group picture? Okay. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of something. I'll be there as soon as I can. What? No, it makes sense that he wasn't there. This was not a pre-planned thing. Obviously,
it wasn't.
They're all in costume too. It was probably a spontaneous thing.
Right before
maybe they just got right. I was about to say maybe they just got back from mission. Maybe just getting ready to go on the mission. You don't know the circumstances, so I don't understand why everybody's yelling.
Because I mean, they have tons of other family pictures where they're like
many of them are there.
Yeah,
yes, like,
so
there's like the one from Batman. No, not Batman. Detective Comics 1000. I think it is, and they have like this big group photo where it's like all of them.
Yeah, I remember that one. And the reason they showed this one in costume and why it's not as many of them in it is because the whole point of R.I.P. Pennyworth is so that Batman gets that wake up call to calm down, reevaluate what he's doing,
honestly, get his
stuff together. Because he's been going at it like Tim said. He's like, if you need help, ask.
Yeah, just ask.
Because I will help you, but only if you ask. Just like any other situation. Ask for it, and I'm there.
And Batman's just like, I can ask you to do that.
And he's just like, all right, Dad.
Right, he's like, all right, I'm out. So, controversy is very unnecessary. It just could have been circumstantial as to whenever they took the picture. Because then there's another issue. Not of that. I just recently saw. It's another comic. I can't remember which one it is. It's another Batman-related comic though, and they quickly show a group picture, and it's like, it's more of them than it was in that picture.
Right.
But they're actually in their casual clothes.
That's the one I remember the most. Like ones where they're in their casual clothes. Those, of course, people are gonna be there.
Yeah.
They kind of have to. That's when they're like Wayne Manor is like doing his public profile update.
I was about to say, where I think some of this comes from? I think it comes from the writers for other stuff. Like there is an issue in, I think it's Batman and Robin, where they do take a group photo. It's like a family portrait. It's like an official family portrait.
Is that the one where Jason isn't invited and he's sore about it?
It's like, where was my invite?
Hey.
He was so hurt.
He was really about to go to hands over it.
He's like, wait, y'all took family photos? Hold on.
Like,
where's my invite?
I know I'm not cool right now, but
I know I'm a bit of a loose cannon. I'm a bit of an outlaw,
but I'm still his son.
I'm still a part of the family. He was so mad.
It was like it's right before Death of the Family. That's when he was so mad.
Right there, like all on the rooftop, just talking. He's like, "Wait, what?
Like that happened?
What picture?"
He's like, "Hold up."
That was hilarious. So I think stuff like that, because everyone was all like, "Oh man, they treat Jason so wrong." Like, not exactly. I mean,
really.
sometimes here and there, you never know what he's doing.
Yeah, you really don't.
And back then we knew what he was doing, but now you don't know what he's doing.
And what he was doing, he definitely didn't have time for that picture, so he got mad for no reason.
That was hilarious. Oh man. But yeah, so it's a pretty good issue. Nice send off for Alfred. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all we've read. Our
collectively,
Young Justice. Yeah, collectively. So yeah, we were talking about our favorite pages. And that's pretty much it. I think that's it for this week. A little bit longer of an episode. Sorry, I guess.
And now that we had that version of the talk, you're right. We could have expanded more on the last time.
Really
we definitely. It was way shorter than this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we did like 2 sentences and immediately moved on by accident.
Yeah. That happened. I take back what I said. You don't have to do the memory thing.
But you said flashback. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today, guys. So, like I said, don't forget at the beginning of the video, new schedule. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. If there's no movie that comes out that we don't watch or something like that, then we will talk about more comics or
comic events
or a topic.
Yeah.
Like, this RIP one, So we'll talk about something. Not sure what yet. But, just come here, check us out. This is talk. Let us know how we sound. New microphone. I hope it sounds good.
Yeah, if I'm still, sound weird and stuffed up, that's just how I talk. But if I'm quiet, that's a problem.
He is right. So, anyway, we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below.
Yes.
I don't think we have any shout-outs this week.
Unfortunately,
next week.
Hopefully next week someone will say something in the comments like, phony. Big fat phony. That didn't happen. You're thinking about the show.
Oh, real quick, I forgot to tell you. So I found this very interesting. So why did somebody call me the Black Comic Historian? I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
It's not an insult, but it's definitely a problem because remember when we first started this whole series, we had an issue where we were picking up other people's introductions by accident.
I found that so interesting though. They were just like, oh, okay, so you're like a Black Comic Historian. I'm like,
no. You can't say that.
No, not at all.
Unfortunately, no, you can't say that.
I won't claim that unless I get his money.
Right?
His kind of money. Or his popularity on YouTube.
Yeah,
one of the two.
And I definitely don't want to get it to the point where we're like popular because
right, because of
that. We insulted him or something. He brought us up in a video.
So this guy is saying he's the Black Comic Historian. Ha!
It was just like, but he did.
Well, I didn't say that. I said someone else said that. What are you talking about?
And I totally disagree.
To be perfectly honest with you, your brother is more so my spirit animal. Like, in all honesty, like
not to insult you.
Not to insult. I love Andy. Andy's like my spirit animal. I'll be watching his podcast. I'm like, if I were in their podcast right now, I'd totally be Andy. Just saying. I hope Andy sees this.
Oh man, that'd be a cool shout out.
Honestly,
us in our dreams. I still haven't heard back from Norman Reedus.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing from the Easy Gang in a minute. Yeah. As you guys know, future Easy Gang people here. No big deal.
He's like,
I'm just saying. We're gonna come up. Eventually, we're gonna join Easy Gang. And y'all gonna be like, oh my god, I remember when they, when they only had like 40 subscribers. Like,
we didn't.
We're doing it again. Hold on, we're doing the Black Parent thing again. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Oh, bye.